Hi, everyone. As my husband would say, I lied. Here I am live again. Well, we had a really good church service today. Um, kind of tired today, so it's a little bit hard to sleep through the church service, to stay awake through the church service.
No, I slept through it.
My husband slept through the church service, but I took some notes because I always try to come back and share with y'all what I learned. So I do have some notes here, and I have some other things to tell you that are kind of, I don't know. To me, they were exciting. Doesn't mean they will be to you. I did get a comment, by the way, on my YouTube channel saying that I don't know if they were talking about my daughter or me because I can't remember which video they put it on, but they said that freak is a hoarder. Okay, I'm not a hoarder. I'm not a freak. I deleted the comment, anyways. Anyway, so just thought I'd address that. My husband and I were talking, and we were realizing something that once you've seen and done a lot of stuff in your life, and when you get to a certain age, it's like been there, done that, seen it, experienced it, whatever. It feels like there's not a whole lot more left to do, experience, and feel and see. So you get kind of like in these blah moments where you're just kind of like, okay, yeah, we just had this Friendsgiving that was so exciting, blah, blah, blah. And the next day you're just kind of like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm just kind of blah. I'm kind of out of it. I'm not really motivated. That's where I'm at right now. But I did want to share this message with you, anyways, because it's a really good message. Kind of gets you thinking. And I actually want to dedicate this message to my friend. I consider her a friend anyway. Mrs. Analyzer, Mrs. A, this is for you because I'm very proud of you. You were in a valley and you walked through that valley, and you are now climbing up the mountain, I believe. So I wanted to dedicate this to you because it's really good, and it's kind of what I originally said to you that hopefully got you, out of that rut that you were stuck in. We all get in those ruts. So this is, so many of us have made videos in a negative sense about each other, not meaning to be harmful or whatever. We get frustrated with each other sometimes and feel like, we see people saying things or whatever in text and we get upset about it. And then we make a video basically defaming what was going on. And this is not that. This is a video telling Mrs. Analyzer how proud I am of her and all of the people that are in her group. Good for you supporting her. She is a great person, and she has come through a lot and is going through a lot, and she has a lot to share with you and a lot to help you with as well if you're finding yourself in a valley. So this is basically called Pushing Through the Valley, or whatever I named the room. I don't remember the group. So Pastor was reading from Psalms 84 verse 5, and it was basically about um, passing through the valley of Baca, which means tears. There was a tree apparently in the valley of Baca that had sap that drained out. Good morning, Lindsay. And the tree, I guess, was called a Baca tree. Hi, darling Nikki. So they called it the Valley of Baca because that's where this tree grew. And it was kind of like a weeping tree. And our valleys sometimes cause us to feel like we're weeping and feel like we're losing strength and feeling loss. And what God says is he's going to take us from strength to strength until we appear before him in Zion. That's what Pastor was reading from today. And he said a lot of times people feel like, well, I don't want to need anybody. I don't want to rely on anybody. I don't trust people. I want to, be my own person and be independent. You even heard me say that because there is a side of me that just likes doing my own thing and flying solo and marching to the beat of my own drum. There definitely is. But the truth is, we were not created for that. Oh, you're welcome, darling. Oh, we were not created to fly alone and be solo. We were created for relationships. Healthy ones, obviously, but nonetheless, relationships. So when you feel like I don't need any help, I don't need any guidance, that's not God talking, because we do need help. We do need guidance. Heck, I even go into other chat rooms and live shows to learn stuff and find out information. I don't know it all. I really don't. And I don't have the best way for everybody to learn things either. People can go into Mrs. Analyzer's room or Mrs. Golightly's room or any other live chat room. I say room. It's a live chat, but I call it a room because it feels like we're all sitting in a room. You could go in there and learn something from her, and then I would try to share the same thing with you, and you wouldn't understand it, or maybe it would offend you, or you would take it the wrong way. So different people appeal to different people, their styles, their learning abilities, their learning styles, and also their personal temperaments as well. If you saw my recent video on the colors, that's an old video. That was when I was in Melaleuca, which was an MLM business. They taught us basically to talk about people's colors, temperaments, to determine who would be best to sell to in a certain way. So, like, they'd say, well, this person is a sanguine or sanguine, however you pronounce it. Those are really outgoing people. You're going to want to talk to them about how this business is fun and it's going to bring them all kinds of entertainment and joy and excitement. That's what's going to appeal to a sanguine. Now, this person over here, they're more melancholy. So, you want to have all your details in order. You let them know how much they're going to make, how long it's going to take, just detail oriented thing. This person over here is a choleric. They're just going to want to know this is the business, this is what we do, period. End of sentence. This person over here is a phlegmatic. They're real laid back. They're great listeners. So let them do the talking because they don't talk a lot, but when they do, they're going to talk very pointedly about only what they want to know. And you don't want to bombard them because they don't like that. They'll listen, but you don't want to overwhelm because they like peace. Peace at any price. So, anyways, that's what that one video was about. And I'm just saying that all of us have unique styles and we're all different people. And I love that about us. So I don't know why I got on that tangent, but it's just kind of interesting information to know, I guess. Then Pastor talked about Adam and Eve and how the one thing that Adam had a problem with, he had all the animals, the trees, whatever, nature, all of what God created, but he was alone. And whether you believe the Bible is the truth or the word of God or your guide for life or whatever, there's stories in it. I think we all can agree that there's decent stories in there that we can learn from. And the story about Adam and Eve was that it wasn't good for a man to be alone. It's not good for any of us to be alone or lonely. That's why we come online, a lot of us. That's why we make videos or why we visit videos. We're lonely. We're alone. We like being around people. And even if those people are on a screen, we still feel like we have company. And there's nothing wrong with that. We were made that way to crave that company. So Adam needed a companion, and God, of course, created Eve. Um, Another thing Pastor said was we need to set our mind on things above, and whatsoever things are good, honest, pure, praiseworthy, virtuous, that we should think on those things. Now, I was thinking about that because, we've been talking about this whole Chris Watts thing. That's obviously not good, pure, virtuous, praiseworthy, or any of those other things. But if you look at it in the sense of it could be good because it might prevent another tragedy from happening. It might explain why people's minds work a certain way and why outcomes are what they are. So it could be good in that sense. Um, God did not bring you as far as He has to leave you. You're not meant to stay stuck in any valley that you're going through, any dry place that you find yourself in. Pastor said God wants us to dig a well and wait for rain. We need to be prepared. In other words, if you're going through a valley right now or you feel stuck in a valley, you need to start preparing to come out of the valley because valleys are meant to walk through, not to stay in. So, whatever it is you find yourself stuck in, start looking at what you can do and not what you can't do. And I think this is what helped Mrs. Analyzer finally open up her video channel. And it's one of the things I'm sure, other people spoke to her and stuff. But this is one of the things I did tell her is that you got to start somewhere, just take a step in a forward direction of any kind, dig that well and wait for God to fill it. And I believe she did that, and He is. And she met some other valleys along the way, but she's coming out of that valley too. And I'm really proud of her because every time I see her, she's talking about, I really went through this struggle and stuff, but I'm coming out and this is what we're going to do. And she's making new plans and she's moving forward. And she is a testimony to a lot of people on YouTube if they pay attention and see what she's come through. Let's see. And then there's times that God has said to rest. We need to rest. Some people believe Sunday's the day of rest. Some people believe Saturday's the day of rest. I personally believe is Saturday is the Sabbath day of rest for me. Um, so I don't do on a Saturday usually what I would do on other days, unless I absolutely have like a chore to do that has to get done, then I might do that on a Saturday. I try to get everything done so I don't have to work on a Saturday. And so it's more of a restful day of contemplation. Even if I make videos, it's still, for the most part, I'm trying to aim at more of a restful, more enjoyable type of thing than all the intensity. I mean, it creeps in. We know that it's going to right now with the matter at hand, subject matter at hand. But for the most part, I try to let Saturday be my day of rest. Anyhow, that's pretty much all I have on that. I did want to let you know that you're going to start seeing more of my videos pop up from in the past. I found out a way to go to my other channel, which is Yaz Sis, and download the videos and then upload them onto this channel. So you're going to be seeing more videos on narcissism and other things that I had posted years ago. You're going to see my grandchildren, my children, some of my older pets. So just for fun, I'm going to have a fun section on my playlist where you can do that. And hopefully that will be something enjoyable to everybody. Anyway, that's all I came on to say. Just that quick little quip of a sermon message. I'm actually going to go take a nap. I'm making some egg salad. And yeah, so that's all. Just a quickie today. I will see you eventually. I don't know, tonight, tomorrow, something. Tonight's supposed to be date night, but it depends if my husband's going to be up to it or not. We do need to bathe the cat because he's been itching from fleas. So we got to get him taken care of. And I got to clean my house. So anyhow, everybody have a good rest of your day. I just popped on to say that quick, and we'll see you next time. God bless. Bye.